We got another great episode of Smackdown tonight, with Jey Uso facing off with Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman, and we got a big women's title in the main event. So yeah, a lot happening on this episode of Smackdown. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. And we kicked off SmackDown this week with Bianca Belair kicking off SmackDown and said she was tired of being overlooked for a title match and said she would get her opportunity before being interrupted by Charlotte. Charlotte said that even she was inspired by her little monologue and was ready to face the winner of tonight's title match at SummerSlam. So yeah, kind of a big setup there for the SummerSlam, and obviously you'll see what's happening later, but I think it's pretty obvious it's heading to a triple threat and kind of just laid the groundwork for what we all kind of expected to happen later in the night, so no issue with that really. Yeah, like I say, I think it's just kind of what we were all expecting, to be honest. But our first match tonight was Brawling Brutes versus Pretty Deadly. Sheamus and Prince kicked off the match, and Holland was tagged in early, and the Brutes were in control. Holland took out both opponents before tagging Sheamus back in for 10 beats of battering. Back after a break, Pretty Deadly was in control, and Sheamus was isolated in the ring. Prince took out Holland before Sheamus got a big tag and took a boot to the face. Sheamus finally made a tag and Ridge came in with some big moves, but Prince took over and cover off the turnbuckle. Holland charged at them in the corner, but the Deadly sidesteps and Ridge ran into the metal before Prince got the pin. And Jet gets 6 out of 10 for me. Another big win for Pretty Deadly. They're picking up momentum. Seems like Prince did maybe pick up an injury here, which is a bit of a shame, and hopefully he's all okay. But yeah, the match itself wasn't bad, and Jet really loving the fact that Prince continued to pick up momentum. But in the promo, Grayson Waller talked about The Rock, and even how he said he was impressed with Waller. Maybe setting up a match. I don't know. Strange things have happened. That would be bloody insane if it did though. But who knows? Charlotte was on her way, but realised that Bayley and Io Sky might come out during a women's title match to interfere and cash in. So she decided to stay. Good decision. Selena Vega then took on Bayley. Bayley started strong again, attacked Vega immediately before sending her outside and to the announcer. The latter cancelled the move to the apron before returning with a Meteora and a near fall. Bayley grabbed Vega's slippers, but Vega snatched them back before Bayley hit her with a rose plant and picked up the win. As Damage Control were on their way out, Shotzi showed up on the Titantron and said she wasn't scared while shaving her head. Bayley was very concerned as SmackDown moved on. So yeah, I don't know, kind of Bayley in a separate storyline here. Maybe to distract you from Sky having the briefcase, who knows? But the match wasn't bad as well. Shotzi, doing that stuff as well. That's a really nice little side feud as well. And Shotzi turns out she shaved her hair in support of her sister covering her cancer, which is obviously a lovely thing to do. So yeah, that's great. But the segment alone, 6 out of 10. Shotzi, 20 out of 10. Jey Uso was out next and said that the brothers are okay, but the twins have a special bond. He feels Jimmy's pain and never thought it would come from family. Jey said that Solo Sikoa was the little brother and would get anything beating if he tried. Solo and Paul Heyman came out and stepped into the ring, while Heyman explained that Sikoa was there to keep peace and would not attack Jey. Heyman added that Roman and Jey would meet next week on SmackDown to discuss their upcoming match before claiming that Jimmy was in hospital only because of Jey. He brought up the Usos' parents and said that they would never forgive him for putting Jimmy in hospital before Solo took the mic. Solo said it was all on Jey and he would never forgive him before Jey attacked him. Jey superkicked Solo out of the ring before staring down Heyman. Solo came back but missed a spike before Jey sent him out again and took Heyman down with a superkick and hit Solo with another dive to the outside. Jey then hit a big chair and was about to hit Heyman, but Solo came back and took chair shots before escaping with Heyman. And yeah, this was brilliant. The storytelling in this was excellent. And yeah, how it's all making Jey feel with Jimmy in hospital and all that. Solo comes across so strong again. And yeah, can't wait to see what Roman, the tribal chief, is going to be like when he appears next week. So yeah, this was just an absolutely brilliant segment. It was then time for a Fatal 4-Way US title invitational with AJ Styles, Grayson Waller, Santos Escobar and Butch competing. Waller went outside to taunt Theory before Butch came in off a dive off the barricades and took him out. AJ and Escobar were fighting in the ring and AJ took Santos down before Butch joined him to trade submission holds. Waller came back and tried for a double pin before taking a boot from Santos. Styles got a takedown off a Pele kick before the match slowed down. Waller and Escobar were on the ropes when AJ and Butch joined them for double suplexes, but ended with a sunset powerbomb flip from Santos. Butch took Waller out with a moonsault to the outside before Santos came with a dive on Butch. Styles got the phenomenal forearm before setting up for the Styles Clash. Cross showed up on the Titantron, strangling Carl Anderson. AJ held it out to save his teammate, while Waller got the rolling cutter in on Butch in the ring. Santos came with a splash and Waller and picked up the win. And yeah, this was chaotic. Many different angles coming from this, which I really, really enjoyed. And Santos getting the win, such a great opportunity for him. Hopefully facing LA Knight next week. And yeah, this was really good. It gets 7 out of 10 from me. For me, probably the right result. A brilliant match as well. And so many angles and intertwined into it. Loved it. 7 out of 10. The Street Profits were waiting in the parking lot when a limo pulled up with a 7-time champion Bobby Lashley in the seat. The Profits got in the car and they drove off, which is very interesting. Bobby Lashley back on TV as well, but yeah, can't wait to see how that goes. LA Knight was out next and said he was overlooked for a spot on the US title invitational, but was still aiming to get the title from Theory. SummerSlam, fingers crossed. And yeah, match we sound to set it up would be lovely. Asuka then took on Bianca Belair for the women's title. And yeah, Belair was in control early on as Bayley and Io showed up on the front row. Asuka dodged a KOD before Charlotte joined the crowd to watch the match. Belair then got some big moves in, but was caught in the Asuka lock. Belair then got out of it and managed was sent outside. And when she managed to hit the KOD on Asuka on the announce desk, Bayley and Io headed to the ringside to interfere. And Charlotte took out Bayley with a big boot. Io then took Charlotte down and got a shouting match. And before Belair and Charlotte returned with a spear, but Sky said and Bianca took the move. Io then struck Charlotte with the briefcase as she pinned Bayley to cash in. Asuka was down the ring, got up and hit Bayley with a Buddhist, so that kind of called off that idea, and yeah, it led to a DQ. It's complete chaos, but still reminding us that Io's there, at the same time setting up this triple match, and Bayley is in there as well somewhere, potentially a breakup coming at some point, who knows, but yeah, it's all kind of intertwining very interestingly, and I'm very intrigued to see where it all ends up, so yeah, 7 out of 10 from me. Overall this week, SmackDown gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, on the whole, I thought it was a brilliant episode of SmackDown this week. I don't know, actually, I would kind of say it's a SmackDown with two halves. The first half of the show, I don't know, it was alright, but I think in the second half, business really picked up, and that Bloodline segment, last two matches as well, were absolutely incredible. So yeah, this was great stuff. 7 out of 10 from me. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, subscribe for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to the channel, it's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.